Hello, Internet. So, uh, as the title of the video says, this is a bit of a update for the channel. Uh, basically, um, about the end of June, I'm going to be cutting back on videos I make. It's not going to be once a week anymore. Basically, when I started this channel, uh, my work as a contractor had slowed down quite a bit because of COVID. Basically, as a security guard, the only places that they were needing security at the time were hospitals or at the hotels for evacuees for areas that were afflicted by COVID. And my wife is an essential worker. She works at Walmart, and so it was one of those things where it didn't make sense for me to work at the hotels with the evacuees because everybody there has COVID. They're there for quarantine. It didn't make sense for me to work there, and then literally anybody I deal with would have COVID. I bring it home. My wife gets it. She goes to work. She gets everybody else sick, and then vice versa, where it didn't make sense for my wife to be at work. She potentially picks it up from somebody, gives it to me. I go and work at a hospital, and whoops, all of a sudden COVID is spreading like wildfire through this hospital. So when I started this job, I was basically between work at the time. Also, it was very easy to find material for making Yu-Gi-Oh videos with. I think it was probably about, say, maybe September is when it started being noticeable that September or October, where all of a sudden, I don't know exactly what caused it, but all of a sudden, speculators and scalpers started getting their claws into trading games in general. Really good example of this. I know it's been making a lot of news in general, where Pokemon, next to impossible to find in most places. It's gone to the point where there's been actual fist fights in parking lots of Walmarts and Targets. Walmart and Target are now refusing to carry trading card games in general. But it's also affected Flesh and Blood, for example. The newest set, Monarch, basically I know one of the two stores that carries it in my city, one of them he couldn't get it in because he started carrying Flesh and Blood after the first edition stuff was already allocated, and the second store just straight up was charging $300 per box Canadian. This is a set that's group of us placed in an order for 2 cases from the States, and it came out to $140 after tax and duties and conversion. So it's already starting to get us like that. That's starting off at a much higher price to begin with. Also, Digimon. I know that's. I think that started off at ridiculous prices. So it's generally. I know part of it too is manufacturing shortages and whatnot because of COVID. But basically, when I started this channel, I could walk into a Walmart. They would have a bunch of the older sets, the Dual Overload, Dual things like that. I haven't been able to find those at all for months now. So I will still be making videos for when a new set comes out. I've got my current release schedule, assuming that my mental math is right. I think it'll be 2 videos for Flesh and Blood Monarch. Then it'll be the newest set for Yu-Gi-Oh! Lightning Overdrive, I believe it is. And then 2 more videos for Monarch. And then that'll be my last grand hurrah, so to speak, for the weekly uploads. And I mean, I'll admit, considering my attention span when it comes to most projects, I wasn't expecting to get to the 1-year mark where I only missed 1 video, which, I mean, all things considered, I'm willing to take it. Basically, I do have other plans. It's just a matter of work has picked up. I can't, I haven't had time to work on scripts or things like that. I do have a few ideas for videos that I want to make. I still want to do the post-mortem on, and just give my thoughts and feelings on the L5R game now that Under Fu Leng's Shadow has come out in Canada. But this is just a heads up that my schedule will be slowing down. I will still be making videos, however. It just won't be as often. And usually I'll still be making a new one for Yu-Gi-Oh!, a new one for Monarch. Or for Flesh and Blood, I should say. I'm hoping to make more than one for Monarch. But so it was a good run doing them once a week. It just got to the point where I couldn't get anything more to make videos about, and still keep up the like a video a week aspect. So I'm hoping to, you know, I mean, one day if I can work up a large enough backlog and I actually can figure out a good way of doing the videos for, because one thing I would like to do is board game reviews. My wife and I have a very large collection of board games. And, you know, a lot of them you can still find fairly easily. But, you know, just drawing some attention to some of the ones that you may give a pass on, either because of the price point of it, or, you know, it's not something that you normally play. But, you know, anyways, so this is just a quick update video, and so I look forward to seeing you all in the future. Bye.